So there came a time in my life now me feel say my comedy outlets, I won't say outlets no. Now I said it was getting curtailed. When I say getting curtailed, I say my platform performer now, or better a comedian.
Exactly.
Now when your platform not perform your
or better now fee. Or perform your girlfriend. We are not my orgasm back.
Good. Now so I got to that's funny. Anyway, I got to a point like that in my life, and I felt like, no, I cannot express myself this way again. Don't forget, comedians are human beings too. Into bedroom rebuilding us, we are happy. Now to channel out happy vibe, no. Because we are brabo. Now we need you. Now be how. But then wait will be asri. And I've been an artist, so no. Me feel say, and what's a sad situation? Be no a box up. And no moment I was say to me, inspire, and I would dig deep now to me expressing who in other ways. So who to me feel say and then educational to the people listening to us, they should be said. So we are artists. Don't let your artistry only be limited to a particular genre of entertainment. Also, Ghana for you, can be a first stereotyping artist. See, you saw a comedian. You see, for the next 10 years, he should remain in that box. So we are artists now. One year courageous enough. Now one tries to be expressing who differently. Every time beyond or honey do beshe. And guess what? A honor so you don't so plans now or home out and match. So be bold and express yourself. And in my case, I never really thought I was going to do music professionally. Okay, although now my music I will gone performing arts. So I'm music for 2 years. Into no, I don't never say a theory.
Okay,
but practically and then professionally, no, you had to be an
okay.
So baby, I drew enough me back core experiences bimunia dibina me who said no, this is the only way I can express my pain. No. And then it's a miracle to me ankasa so because pain be say yeah call me more here say one kasa na what no say one dig deep you have so much potential in you but
that is true. But the outlets that you said were curtailed, were there no solutions at all? Were there no ways out? Okay, now these outlets they have been curtailed. And were there not solutions out there? And they are reviving who solution in music. You know what I mean is solution for you to get back to the comedy stages again.
Okay, so I was saying who to say me role and me play with comedy industry no. Say critically now it was a certain structure being an person me building. Okay, but I need so now no so no boiling mistakes not down to me fan ko shelby. And they say bedru baby no but say only nipa ye juma. Everybody is working for something, let's face it. No matter how loving you are, no matter how generous you are, I will say this fundamental truth about human nature. So when now there's no paperwork binding the whole thing together. Now umbrella say it is happening under this auspices. Now there's a document that is binding the whole thing together now. Ubi benye glory be ube fa hu didi ube fa hu ayeyi but wo na wo provide this platform na sa adina happy no ahia na eja ho ye nkai wo mpo so hu enye me nka say ye menye nyankopon me nka say ya na enye eye bone na enye bone but mabe hu ni say character
okay
a Ghanaian character enti no because as a wo boy ni pa
no add receipt
so hu because in Nigeria I can say there are a lot of people you can point to more than 5 comedians in Ghana today.
Yeah.
But when I got into the game, when I got into the game, when you were pointing comedians, you were pointing Basketmouth, Teju Babyface, Okay Bakasi,
and Sana Moma Basi.
There was David Oscar. It mean I may try and I may start me show be, and I may train boys singing a goom. We know Mimbo be a din hande. So ye shows of Tamale, Kofodia, Takrade, Cape Coast near the day. Ebema narrative no best Accra. Because those times narrative was there are no comedians in Ghana. But yen started our shows near ye na sabi ota frache me asumbo tom sika na ade na me push you me say be na sponsorship be baby ba me ma ye adwuma kakra na me feel say oh Charlie ade with there's potential in the TM one obi anya bi mundi no but me hu ni say ye call enim kakra no na mindset no obi adwen and the way na me adwen no so hu ntema a lot of misunderstanding and me fa say ade na me hye no and we pay ye ama me
okay
so hu no my family disua de e de to me ko to dwem ntina me bo me bra said me boni me hu ni say me yes ha no so no ma me to me reach out to a lot more audiences with the music so hu nti wo ka solution no say men discover me musical self anke ne no come into anim
Yeah.
So,
Because we wouldn't have any common thing to discuss.
Thank you very much.
Exactly. So now, is this to say with comedy, dear?
Oh, bro, I mean, you see, never say never. But me person conform so tears say comedy na ye adwuma o, e business o.
I know.
And then na social media man may be I would say I cheap. When I say cheap, not cheap but cheap in a sense, because they say you really don't need to wait for anybody to be able to churn out your content. Once you plug your phone, everybody is watching and the world is streaming.
Yeah.
Young time, no, say when some of us got into the game, no, it wasn't like that. Those were the times, and this I show no, a solicited for videos like this. Those times, then cophobia vision, no, say me doing some phone because I have for videos. I've been gone. But fast forward 10 years down the line, everybody is now doing video and pretending to be a comedian.
Yeah.
You see, me comedy no, a show na me require, and as all the show be so I say na acquire business. So who, nti me nka say me nye biom da na bibi, but emre beba no say bedru ho na say obi, you know, something comes up and it's worth my while. Why not? Well, because you see, me translate as an artist, Sammy, same way you. I drink corner, me did trouble you. So I drink corner and me expect if I want to do comedy. Yes, I drink koya na me bedding. Me split CDB
yeah.
Try to, you know, wax funny. But me yes I deal with. Me who say nyum to na me to na me with music no. Has more potential. Me who more potential will mommy.
Okay.
Into no and hame say no, if you are listing your A-list comedians, you don't add me to it. And hame cry.
Okay.
Say you can't you would know that all this your A-list comedians. Some of them came through some of us.
Yeah.
Nah, and then I maybe some business baby acknowledge where they got some help and some support from. But then I'm kind of coupon.
Yeah.
Men can say yeah, nenye ni pursue my inti and sani.
I see. Na me kai say maybe a twam na onye Rasta say na otiri no kana me de ni pofu chen wo de na e ba ni saying na ne you de fu ma me de still aye de aye
obusa semum brother men can see me nchira Ghana for sometimes who say artists expressing in a certain way and just say bia easy to do and just say bia easy to do when we say me with dreadlocks dreadlocks, I'm expressing myself, you know, I'm confident, I'm doing my thing. Man, if you tip like pepper to put, number do how. I was saying, who says, I Jenny me fast, me name coffee be bracco. In several misunderstandings. Coffee being tears.
In fact, you can't industry no more, my contour. David Oscar count.
Pa, no crack.
And
then you answer, the papa move, yeah, put up in Yamagana. So, Santo Koyankwa, no, I can't know her.
Yeah.
Intino. And money know that say the fem is on the silver platter. Whatever you want to do, whether good or bad, and in this case we are talking good. I was so sad the papa now see when you see person you nimpono. Ubi tin chanya and it doesn't seem papa to no. Into no the only perspectives, no understanding. No they be oppose you. Me can see asem to say man susuda honestly say I'll be looking this way after 30 years of my life, you know. But brand new boy, and sometimes you have to be flexible and you have to be open-minded. So when you're open-minded, you are always in a certain box. To me, express what I'm trying to say to the people is that be confident of yourself and believe in yourself, believe in your art. It is not easy if you just want to wake up one day and you're not known as a musician before. And mind you, I wasn't really faring very well with comedy. When I say faring very well, I thought I was building a structure, but the vibe I was getting from outside, primarily also due to the fact that I had a fight with the system. No? The system had more clout. There were more bloggers who were sympathizers of the system. So all these guys will paint you black, will make you look like their own can't cry. This is the fight I had to encounter. What am I saying? But you know, it toughened me up. And I'm met to me either. I express me one and your it takes a lot of tremendous courage, confidence, and then belief in what you have.
But is this also to mean that if you want to do reggae, like the kind of music you are doing, you would need to brand like this, you would need to have a look like this?
Not necessarily. Otherwise, Morgan Heritage wouldn't say that you don't have to be dreads to be Rasta. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't have a busy signal. If you know business signal,
I know.
This is a Rasta man, but go and check him out. Until when you did, me find say a crown. What must say? But no. And you'll be ample carries our crown, you know. And or subscribe to the belief system that comes with this, or even the culture that comes with it. Will be a more in a life now, you know.
So in your case, are you subscribing to the beliefs and the culture that come with it?
I'm an African. I am an African. You know, I believe in black consciousness. Okay, I came to meet people talking this message. When I was growing up, I didn't understand this message. But as I went through life and experienced life for myself, but say it serves the purpose for somebody, for an African not to know himself, for an African not to discover himself, for an African to remain dumb here, to remain unintelligent here, so that you can perpetually be a slave for that person whose purpose it serves for you to be a slave, no, to remain up, for you to remain down. But yes, I believe in God, and I believe that the God I'm looking for is here. He's the one talking to you. He's here, sitting in front of you. Listen to the music I wrote. Nyame Womu. You are the very what you seek. Make me tell you so. That's no Greek. A journey of a million miles started out with so much trials. What am I trying to say? Trodden right through so much stress in this system. Me like to ask, from where does this stem? Nyame Womu bibia be ye na me ka ho asem no. Nyame no enye word o. Nyame a sentence. Nyame na asantifo. Nyame sa kasa na ye ka twi mu no ase chese nyame. Say asantini na kan na twi ne ka chese nya ase chese.
Say onsaka.
Say obenya bibi to get or to attain. Na me no ye hwan?
Self.
So when our ancestors spoke of God, Nyame no, they were not talking about some white bearded old man in the skies, which is what I find to be what we grew up imagining and thinking, primarily due to the kinds of teachings we received from church, certain indoctrinations we received from church, etc. Nyame, nyao, nyame. Self-attain, self-actualize. So our ancestors knew that for you to see God, you need to attain yourself. Nyame no nti bebia what he expresses himself through you. He's not separate from you. So why do we have a why are we living in an epoch where a lot of people, for example, now in our age, they've even given us an image to look up to, and the image doesn't even look like me. And if the Bible says that God created me in his own image, why am I seeing some guy who doesn't even look like me? He looks like some guy from
that guy is fake though.
Anyway, I think that these days, internet, any predominant education, my father didn't have internet. The generation of Africans that gave birth to us didn't have internet.
That's true.
Facebook was 2008, as recent as 2008. So, and then unless you don't want to find out, but if you want to find out, there are materials all around on your fingertips that you can Google, search, read, and find out for yourself to know. So when I think that this should be the predominant education to the African listening to us, because a lot more people, trust me, imagine praying to some white dude up there when they start praying. Anyway, let's go.
Wow, loving the vibe of David Oscar, man. Interesting time. So now it is obvious that when you meet David Oscar in town and he's wearing his locks, it is not for fashion. He's also going with the beliefs and the culture that come with it. It is very deep. Now, Oscar, I like business. In fact, anytime an artist comes here, I want to talk business. So far, is the music thing becoming profitable for you? Are you making some good returns from your input?
I would say it's a journey, right? But
your mic can still come up.
Okay. But compared to, I would say, the potential that I saw pushing an agenda for Ghanaian comedy, me feel say music is bigger. The potential for the music is much more bigger and greater.
Okay.
Because I am not looking for a quick fix. Now, let me explain. When I say market team, half of the time when artists are, venturing into music, Obia want a motivation out there. It satisfies me in a deep way. Now, the idea be I made me spend the rest of my time, the rest of my life doing. It looks like a DB managing who I'm here.
Okay.
What must say? Say me, I'm not commanding the kind of checks a Shatawale will command or a Stoneway will command, but I believe in the process. What must say? And I believe that it's got great potential. I like how far I've been able to grind to reach. I'm not there yet. I don't even have. How do I even put it? Okay, let me not say that. It's not necessary. But I.
You wanted to say you don't have a car?
No, I don't have a team, as it were.
Okay.
I came here and I saw this artist with his team, and they are talking about it. I met some lady out there who introduced herself to me as that she came here with the artist. I see these things. I'm like, oh, Charlie, this is beautiful. I mean, I wish there was a team like that around me.
Is the artist you agree?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean the lady you saw there?
Yeah, the lady I saw there.
Yeah, that beautiful lady.
So
she came with your green.
Great.
Yeah.
So a process. One who be starting ne or be at his disposal. We be start to back grandia 5 years later. We start to back grandia 10 years later. And take a crack. But one thing I'm happy about and say since I started to churn out music, before na me musician. I had only learned editing for my comedy. But I started music, when I say, "Hey, Charlie, this skill I learned, I want me power." Into my videos now, I gave a couple of my playlists. Like I gave a playlist to your producer of my videos. Most of the videos I have on there, I edited them myself.
Wow.
Wow. Which is like a skill I had to cultivate for comedy. It was not even for music. But maybe
So in the near future, are you seeing yourself being nominated in categories with maybe the Raskukus, the Saminis, the Stone Boys in the reggae categories? By say the VGMAs, Vodafone Ghana Music Awards by Charterhouse?
Okay, let me say this. No disrespect to our schemes here. If it happens, fair enough. We'll give praises and thanks to Jah. However, personally, no. Enemy focus. Honestly speaking. I am working. I'm still working. If somewhere along the line somebody feels like, okay, you deserve this, let's give you this, fair enough. What mean disrespect? I mean, it's a worthy platform, I should say, and for an artist to be given that kind of recognition on that kind of platform, for me, from where I sit, I think it's a great recognition. What must I say? However, personally, now me focus me the music, because me should award the BFU binching.
Okay.
So me say a striking discrepancy between the two. No problem. But a man so I could do music for 25 years, 30 years, 70 years.
But looking at your standing feud with Charterhouse, do you think that if you do well, they will forget about those emotions and still include you in their scheme? Because we all know you and Charterhouse, that blood between you guys.
Oh, so when him say those times, because of the comedy and the heat that came with the comedy,
I know.
You're not to but since then, I mean, you can talk to George Quay. I have a very good relationship with George. In fact,
George Quay is not part of them anymore. I
know. But when I did go to his office to apologize to him for all the stress I gave him, for all the bad mouthing I gave, he was still working at Charterhouse.
Okay.
But I'm saying, for me, when I was fighting the system, quote and unquote Charterhouse, it was George Quay I fought. What must I say? Head to head, 2-2. Me feel say bibi ni na masama adwin na massacre. I should be able to go to the man and be humble enough and apologize to him, which I did.
Okay.
What must I say?
So you want to believe that they are not holding any grudges against you as in the organization?
No, hold the grudge with the na me mean to mention.
Right.
What must I say? But then what would be the standard for holding a grudge? To say no, they important pa. And to kwaya kon say industry be yam no. Well, if you mumpa so e gusu so ko e hoye but e kakra. What must I say? I think say we grow, we mature. So some of these things me feel say it's past and gone. We are all looking ahead to the future.
1140. You have a new one.
Yeah, you already played it though, but then
we played it.
Yeah,
which one was that? The one with episode.
Yeah.
No. Then you have to tell me what the message in there is before we even play it again.
Okay, say a motivational. So say adwuma na ye no, e wo mo fro bibra enyin a wo mo hwe yo. Say the mean so na me hwe to bi tema na me nyin no.
Okay.
So my words to my audience matter to me. My audience are like my patients. I cater for them. And to me, every time when I'm singing, when I'm writing, I want to be able to encourage somebody who is listening to me. I want my words to be impactful to somebody who is listening to me. And this is the motivation behind this song that I wrote. And I was so blessed to have Episode do a feature on it for me. And I want to say a big shout out to Soundboy who did the production.
Ayo.
Yeah, ayo.
Okay, now let's listen to this. And after that, my panel members will also be invited to be part of the Q&A with David Oscar. Seriously, David, I've enjoyed the conversation. This is a mind-opening kind of conversation, and I've enjoyed. I've picked so many lessons from it as well. Do what you want to do. Feel confident in yourself and do it. Forget about naysayers and do it. DJ Sticker, let's do it once again. We said it's called Never What?
Never give up.
Never give up. Oh, wow. Beautiful message.
Yes, another one.
Dogbe says, Sammy, you should be given an award by Dr. UN by being best song spoiler of the year. What the hell? What can he say this? How? The way I was doing the backing, and then your day, I made so songs. Wow, interesting convo. First, let's talk about David Oscar, his story, his song so far. Maximum 3 minutes.
Sure. I mean, I've known David Oscar since there was a comedy competition which you won.
Yeah.
Starts with Future. I think I've known him since that time, and there was one particular joke you said that day, and it's still stuck with me as one of my funny jokes that I've ever heard.
Okay.
Also, there was a man who was a very good drunkard, and he entered a drinking spot, and then the man, sat to the point and said, you can tell how old that whiskey is. See, say, this is a 14-year-old whiskey. Now, the people were shocked. Hey, really? There will be a found under one man also. This is a 20-year-old whiskey. Well, can't be big cry here in San Ocrachen. No, it's just some local drunkard chairman be or no. I shouldn't say I Jenny title. The or rather them no fight baby buy no the man can say on share. Say obey me I can age. I can't know me and this thing tastes like urine. I say yes, that's my urine. How old am I? That's my urine. How old am I? So that particular joke has been a joke of mine, and I think don't let anyone tell you are not funny. Even right now, cry you are funny.
No, we've told him, sir. We've told him, sir.
I'm used to it.
No, it's like that. I think the whole. I'll come back to his music, but I think the whole idea of comedy in Ghana is the level of comedy now or not all maybe it probably might have been too advanced for some people to understand. Also, up to now, I listen to many comedians. I mean, yes, no disrespect to Ghanaian comedians. I love all of you. Make sure we name them making Jerry. No disrespect, but I love comedy. I love to listen to the Chris Rocks and then the Kevin Harts and all. I listen to all of them. Okay, and when I find them funny. But when I'm watching them with some of my friends, they don't find them funny. They say, we're straight. When you watch the Will Smith and then all these I love them, but I realize that most of my friends don't find them funny, but rather they find some other people funny. And me too, that thing is funny to me. You get it? So a levels of sometimes maybe like a section of
subjective comedy is subjective.
It's very, very subjective. Very, very subjective. Because there's something that made me natural minima. Your afraid will be IT jokes.
I
can write just something. Oh, my name say. Osha.
It will not make any meaning to you.
But I can show it to one of my IT guys. Osha, you get it. Friends said comedy is very subjective. Let's come back to his music. He has actually shocked me. I mean, you are that good, though. No, he's that good. Very, very good.
I know.
This is true, reggae. Utia, and the message in there is really great. And the kind of ideas he's churning out. There's this renaissance. There's this blowing up of knowledge in the world, and people are becoming knowledgeable. People are getting to understand who we are and who they are. The indoctrination has become a lot in our system. Some of us haven't gotten too much, maybe courage to talk about it the way he may be talking about it, because of sometimes where we grew up and all that. No, we will get there. We will definitely get there, because our perception about how we've been made to understand certain things in our society is getting to a point where people are getting to, people are becoming knowledgeable in many things. So it's good. We call it mental reawakening.
Yes.
And it's happening on a very large scale. Very, very large scale. A time will come, but for his music, I think he's doing great.
Okay.
When I see people doing music, I would like to support them. I've already talked to him, giving him that.
Okay.
Any show we put up,
And he's available.
Yeah, he told me he will buy me a Range Rover.
No, that Range Rover, don't go there. I've taken it. I've registered for that Range Rover. I beg you, leave that one for me.
All right, so big ups to you, David. I mean,
okay,
you are great.
Okay, Mr. Michael now says, "Wow, current comedians owe this guy big time, David Oscar, great guy in the studio." Thanks, Mr. Michael. Yes, I agree. Let me listen to you.
Yeah, Nana, like. I'm really surprised. Yes, I know David Oscar. How do I know him? I know him as a comedian. But say I trust Obonjum. And the question I ask myself is, now they know the idea be diagro. You know, but me listening to him right now tells me, say, why you comedy grand because me tie no me enjoy the voice in imposing recording no international say ono na adwuma ni ne side adwuma no ye hwan ne kita no adwuma ni ne side or too like I am one say oni like onimnia oh yeah but all boils down to one thing: life will teach you. And yet university no shia the courageous level but obra never more na bobo na do see. You get where I'm coming from.
True.
I'm saying this because like I can't send me brain no me and the vibe the same. I'm passionate just like he is. And one thing as a media bunye voice no kita who could just get up and find some beat and sing something to it and say Charlie you say be hit here. But only me kita no si minimum ameye. And you be an our voice when I because me koto reggae. I want me nimu ye kuro we send ye hun rasta for any reggae. Sabe yeah differentiate types of rasta. Yeah, me median a crocodile rasta.
Oh, they.
The ball life. But I share most of his ideas because I've also come to that realization and bro, it's not easy to come to that realization and really admit say that is because near unyi yebeto ye no e din say wo betimi akachire ho say masisano because bibia wo ye mu bia no opese wo hu sane amanfo adwene o ka bibia about dread how he had to fight with people me kaibra me afro me ka chire amanfo say Charlie I'm tired with this afro me nya me dread they be like na ya time menye boutina Charlie ba 30 something still me bomiti me do me sabre me dread no me sheche me she hoodie obi enhu ne e ko mani ba me omo so no ade na afa anyi a etigu me kon afei sa nipa na timi hia me ayaw ade ye feel say na mrante na be ye nanka intini wiase na yete no obi anim ni ope se wode adwene benante a na oye nyansani na wode wakoma benante a ene unim ni ope because akoma no tem bi ope uto range ne now say who ranger abafo
so China ya obakata so pe no yeah
aminyaka ya mepe
yeah
wadwene so kire o seja jimi na uniska iti bema de wo de wadwene no na nante nya wakoma bema de na adwene na o de na adwene na nam enye na koma obi say no untumi ndada no
yeah
dada ne say untumi you know your industry one opa found say your manager nachi up and coming artists be fan try baby to pizza na to cook si ho na omo no na kasa kese ni timu nyina ne say inshiranya nyame promise na tina nyino but time I mean me was adwene ne say woni mi shiampo na ya me what will you eat me catch you say there be no na me colleagues be who me say but you why me say no the person they won't fuck with my mind I chop before I come here.
Yeah, today I for blast you make I blast you one yeah last one
you know I chop before I come here so when I meet brothers like this who have that kind of IQ say minim nyame ye and I minim baby amekwa sabe you say unim ni awo ya yesi akwani mbuade oyo mo yesa masa so yesi akwani di obuade papa into no brand there I respect him and I want to tell him something, sir. You say humble, yeah, Juma, but I'm seeing too much humble. Ote hen waka nioma bebrea bra me wa chire na nya sana me hunu ana me te na nim ne sene a kasa no misua de fi no ho no ana me hu se metumi asua mo afi no ho ba me mpese oba feel se ese se me bra me ho ase because ye industry mu anya hobrase ye ne ye de wo ye de chimo Inti, whatever he's trying to give birth to, man, for some home brave, Obia Mausa, yes, Sadian, because me per se, Ubisa question behind me, they say, you've been nominating and one new boy always say,
never give up.
10 well Jamaican tracks near the Fra. One shot, who because Charlie, I repeated that one. But what to say again and in the boy, I feel now better for 4 so that wouldn't be a 10.
I see.
And Jumuno, like Sisiama, yes, that's him, but now and Chiba be to say big dreams. I'm realizing say David Oscar Peno, but the song in the bio, but you see here, like the beat, this be word for Duam. But the way he sing here and the being way make everything, you need too much to understand. So I may say, so Michael Jackson trailer video. Eba si say Ghana for young Jajia. You be more feel say director no kuro no Juma.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. Chris, I got 3 minutes. Better my point. When it's silly,
So the whole thing they say from Ninyum, and he said something. He spoke about passion, and then I feel say as more kind of idea was a young ones. Now was it yefa because I feel say when you want to do something, not open so yeah, you do something you are passionate about. Let's say me per se me passionate about clubbing. Now me see clubber. There be a me club, but he said me call Jimmy. But at the same time, I'm going to work. And then he also says something in his song that never give up. So Nimi and Nubab together, what I pick from it, they say, figure out your passion, what you are good at, and never give up. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much. So brief and on point. Tilly, finally.
I was really trying to run away from this one because me, I have heard of a story. I've heard of his kerfuffle with the other comedian.
You've heard of his what?
Kerfuffle.
Tilly, you see
his very tumultuous kerfuffle.
Tilly, not blast you.
Yeah. I've heard of it, but I think he has something in him that's almost borrows a resemblance to the Nigerians. They have this aggression in them. They take everything by force. And I think, as Yalgre was saying, nothing will be handed to you. When you want something, you go for it. And I'm hoping he adapts a lot more going forward. And the things that he thinks he deserves, he should take it. Nobody's going to give you what you deserve, though. So you just have to take what you think